Across town, Alejandra, a 24-year-old business heiress, lived a life that sparkled. Known for her elegance and loyalty, she had loved Paul, her charming boyfriend. For 3 years, she handed him a vest. "This is yours. You'll be in charge now." He blinked. "Me? You do know how to fill cement, right?" "Of course I do." As the days passed, they worked side by side. Daniel proved himself capable and smart, and from that moment on, Daniel and Alejandra didn't just build skyscrapers, they built a life together. Because sometimes it takes losing everything to find exactly what you were meant for. This story is presented by OM Tales. In the bustling streets of Ecuador, amidst honking cars and hurried footsteps, a quiet transformation was about to begin, one that no one could have predicted. Daniel, 28, had known hardship his entire life. Raised in poverty, orphaned young, and tossed from job to job, he had long ago traded ambition for survival. Yet, despite the torn clothes and rough hands, Daniel's soul remained gentle, cooperative, and observant. He never begged, he simply existed quietly at the edge of the world, unnoticed, but watching. Across town, Alejandra, a 24-year-old business heiress, lived a life that sparkled. Known for her elegance and loyalty, she had loved Paul, her charming boyfriend. For 3 years, she believed in him, until the day she saw him kiss another woman. That single moment shattered something deep inside her. The night she left Paul, she wore a sleek bodycon dress, perfectly hugging her figure. She sat on a public bench at the edge of the street, numb, her mind storming with betrayal. In a burst of hurt pride, she stood up and walked slowly to a trash bin. Without a word, she pulled off the gold ring Paul had given her and tossed it in. From a few meters away, Daniel had seen it all. Curious and cautious, he walked over after she stepped away and gently picked up the ring from the trash. Its gold shimmered under the streetlight. Just then, Alejandra turned around. "You," she said, surprised. "Why are you picking that up?" Daniel looked at her, not with shame, but with calm dignity. "It's gold," he said quietly. Alejandra tilted her head. "Are you poor?" He didn't answer right away. She took a few folded bills from her purse and held them out. "Here, I'm not giving charity. It's help." "I'm not asking for help," he replied, hesitant. "But I see you're having a hard time, just like me." Something in his eyes softened. He took the money with silent gratitude. "Thank you," he said. "You didn't have to." "You're welcome." Days later, Daniel found a note inside a community board near a shelter. Looking for construction workers. Novi to 10th. Good pay. Contracted work. When he arrived, others scoffed at him, unshaven with dusty shoes. But when Alejandra stepped out in her sharp suit, everything changed. "You," she said, pointing at him. "Come with me." No one argued. He walked past the others, confused, but honored. "I didn't know you were looking for a job," she said. "Did you think I was just a vagrant?" "I didn't mean that." "I'm not offended," he replied. "I may look like that, but it hasn't always been this way." She handed him a vest. "This is yours. You'll be in charge now." He blinked. "Me? You do know how to fill cement, right?" "Of course I do." As the days passed, they worked side by side. Daniel proved himself capable and smart. One afternoon, after a heated argument with Paul, who threatened to take her share of the business, Alejandra found herself crying behind a stack of cement blocks. Daniel approached gently. "If you want to cry, go ahead. No one's going to judge you," she sobbed. "I don't even love him anymore. I just hate that I wasted so much time." Then maybe him cheating was the best thing that could have happened. She looked at him, surprised, then smiled through her tears. Not long after, Daniel's past came knocking. His ex-wife, Frances, appeared, waving divorce papers. "You want the house?" Daniel asked. "It's the least I deserve," she spat. "You're a construction worker now. You're nothing." But Alejandra stood beside him, fierce and unafraid. "No woman should ever waste her time with a man who doesn't respect her," she said, though her eyes were locked on Frances, not Daniel. Frances laughed. He's not who he used to be. But she didn't know the truth. What no one expected, least of all Paul, was that Daniel had been making secret investments. When he'd lost everything, he put his last savings into a tech startup, Tech Nova, a risk no one believed in. But today, it was worth millions. Alejandra, cornered by Paul again, begged for more time to pay her half of the project's cost. Paul sneered, until Daniel calmly stepped forward. "How much does she owe?" he asked. $20,000, which you don't have." Daniel pulled out a slip of paper. "Give me your account. You'll have your money." Minutes later, Paul's jaw dropped as he checked his balance. "Where did you get this?" "It's my money," Daniel said. "And now, you'll leave her alone." Later, Alejandra asked the same question. "You were living on the street, eating from trash bins. How?" "I had to hide the investment from my ex-wife," Daniel said. "If she knew I had anything left, she would have taken it." "And now?" "Now," he smiled. "I'm finally free." "So how do I repay you?" she asked. "With a date," he replied. She laughed softly. "That's free." "But I'm serious," he added. "I want to know you. I'm interested." She reached for his hand. "Then maybe fate brought us together for more than just business." And from that moment on, Daniel and Alejandra didn't just build skyscrapers. They built a life together. He became her partner, in business and in love. She gave him 50% of her company, and together, they created more than wealth. They created a home, trust, and a second chance. Because sometimes it takes losing everything to find exactly what you were meant for.